How's it going, YouTube? Ricky again here with yet another Transformers video review, and today I thought we'd do things a little bit differently. Thought I'd take a break from Transformers Prime, and I thought I'd take a little trip back down memory lane, so to speak, on a few figures that maybe a lot of you haven't seen reviewed yet, or maybe just wanted a fresh perspective on. Now, I've got a few here, and I'm trying to decide which one I actually want to do first. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and choose this guy. Dark of the Moon Air Raid. Deluxe Class Autobot. Now, this figure, when I first picked him up, I was even still on the fence about this guy. I didn't know exactly how to feel about him. I didn't know if I was going to like him, if I really wanted him. I didn't know what to think. But after getting him, playing with him in hand and tinkering around with him and all that good kind of stuff, I have learned to absolutely love this figure. Here he is in his wonderful looking, what they call spy jet mode, 3 landing gear and all. Now, the official transformation for this guy's jet mode has this right here, which y'all will soon see. If I can get him off here without taking off the spy piece, is actually his fist. And it's supposed to plug back here. And, you got away from me. Just chill out back there. And I don't like that look. I was watching a review, and one of the reviewers said that, you know, if you plug it off, take it off, and just hide it up underneath there, it looks like it's part of the radar dish, and it doesn't look as bad. And I took them at their word, and they're absolutely right. When you take that off and add it back there, perfect figure. That was its only flaw. Only flaw. That fixed it. Now, do a little size comparison. We're only going to use one figure this time. We're going to bring in another deluxe airplane, which I'll also be reviewing later on. And I'll explain why I'll review it later on in a little bit. We have deluxe class Revenge of the Fallen. No, first movie, Dirge. And as you can see, they stack up quite nicely. They're both very hefty sized deluxe figures. Dirge is just, I think, a little bit longer than Air Raid, but not much. Now, he does, because he's a Dark of the Moon figure, he does have a mech tech weapon, which is his radar dish. His hand is in there, so that makes it a little bit easier to use. And you just push forward on this little piece right here, and it flips out, and you have a little rifle. The only problem is it won't stay out, so as soon as you let it go, it's gone. But a neat little feature that they did add that they didn't have to was, if you don't want to use it as a mech tech weapon, there's a little hinge that you fold down, and it becomes a shield. And we'll get into why it's a shield in just a minute with this robot mode transformation, and you'll soon understand. We're going to put that to the side right now, and we're going to get on to this guy's main attraction, the reason you all came today to see how this sucker transforms. So the first thing we're going to do is fold in the landing gear, of course, duh. This landing gear we have to wait a minute, though, first, for. Now, this guy's a little tricky. He has a really intricate and interesting transformation, but it's not difficult. You next want to go ahead and, you want to come up in here. And this is one of the tricky parts. You have to get these little bits open. Like this. You got to get in the work in there and pry them open. pull them open all the way around. Now they're on a, now you got them open like this. Then, if you want, you can come up here and you can open up these flaps, these panels right here. And you can you fold in the landing gear already? Yes, okay, I can fold it in now. Then, you want to take here, and you want to separate from back there. So, there you go. Then you want to take, see where I'm at. You want to pop this out, like so, and leave it out like that for right now. You want to take these, which are going to be the legs, and separate them. Bring them around, orient them. Then this lovely little backpack piece, well, you got to wait on that, actually. You want to separate what will be his arms. Come around to the front here. You can fold his wings back just enough so that you can pull the arms around and free. And free them up and slide them down. You want to turn them around. Well, the instructions say to put them like this, but I'm going to show you a better way later on. Then you want to come up here with this whole backpack section. You want to raise up, and as you raise up, you will see, ta-da, his head reveal. Yay! Then, the instructions say to do this you're supposed to leave it like this. Oh, and you want to flip these up, because that's part of the transformation. The instructions say to leave it like this. I don't personally like this look, because you should be able to fold up the landing gear, but you can't. You're supposed to leave it out. But I like to just go ahead and just fold everything back up like that and leave it. I think it looks better that way. Then you come around here, you want to flip these around to form the back of his legs. Fold them to form the back of his legs. Flip his heel up. Flip his heel up. Stand him up. And plug in the fist. See, now the instructions say to do this, to have him like this, but he looks hollow and he doesn't really have a good elbow bend. If you want him to have a decent elbow bend, then you turn it around like this. Turn the fist around and it looks better. This weapon, the arm flips out, these fold down, and it becomes a mace weapon. And that's why, my friends, that he has a shield, because he is supposed to be more like a knight or some kind of armored character, because he has a mace weapon for an arm. And then he has the other hand of the But anyway, you get a good idea of what he looks like. He doesn't want to stand for me now, which is odd. I've never had a problem with him standing before. Anyway, now, as far as articulation is concerned, his head can turn. It's not on a ball joint, so there's no up and down. His arms, full, shoulders full 360, up and down, upper shoulder swivel, elbow, wrist is on a ball joint, can move around anywhere it wants to go. elbow here, movement here, here. These individually move. Legs on a ball joint all the way around, forward and back, thigh swivel, knee bend, and no toe movement, nothing at the waist, but there's a little bit of heel movement, I guess. Now, if I can get him to stand up for just a second, I'm going to bring in a size comparison here, and I'm going to use Dirge. I'm going to transform him real quick off camera, because if I transform him on camera, that would cheat y'all out of a review, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to try to do this real quick. Dirge is a little, much like Air Raid there, he's a little bit complicated, but very fun nonetheless. So just bear with me a minute while I get everything ready. I wish I had one of those cameras that I could, you know, stop everything and edit and do the, oh, it's magic, but alas, I don't, and so I can't, unfortunately, I can't afford a camera of that magnitude either, so I have to do everything the old-fashioned way. Now, I don't like doing everything the old-fashioned way. I won't lie, I'm not a fan of it. I would prefer to do things the easy way and have all the glitz and the glamour and the ta-das, but, oh, unfortunately, I do not. So, I have to deal with what I have. I'm sorry that you guys are forced to watch my reviews without all the ta-das, but I do, however, thank each and every one of you that have actually watched my reviews for watching them. It means a lot to me that you actually cared to take a look, because I haven't been all that lucky with viewers for some reason. So to those of you that have actually taken the time, I applaud you for that. Alright, now I don't have his weapons on him, but here is Dirge. I'm going to move. I gotta move back a little bit to get these both in frame, because they're both pretty big figures. But you will notice here, at least in this review, and you'll notice more in the Dirge review, that while Dirge was the same size plane, he transformed into a little bit smaller robot. So, but these two stack up very well. And I'm going to go ahead and explain why I say that I reviewed these two together. This is something that I've noticed that even reviewers of Dirge and reviewers, if I can get Dirge to stand up, reviewers of Dirge and reviewers of Air Raid have not yet done, and that is to show off their similarities / differences and weaknesses. Okay, for one, Air Raid mech tech weapon. Thrust. Has a mech alive, not mech tech, mech alive. Okay? They both have a head raising gimmick. But you look here, the wings on Air Raid are up on his shoulders. On Thrust, they're on his legs. The tail is a weapon or an arm on air raid. As you can see, tail weapon, whoa! Tail weapon on air raid. Or tail arm. Nose arm here for this one. Also, you will notice that the top of the jet is the feet for air raid, while the undercarriage of the jet is the feet for thrust. So, and there's others that I'll go into when I go into the thrust review. But leaving him aside, this review is about this guy. Do I recommend him? Yes, I do. Highly. I got him very cheap. I got him for $8 at Walmart on clearance, but I've just recently found out that Family Dollar has him for $5. At least my Family Dollar does. You might want to check your Family Dollars. If you can find him for the $5 price point, pick him up. He's worth every penny. He's an awesome figure to display. He's very functional. His transformation is fun. He's very unique. He's a character I think that was overlooked because he wasn't in the movie. Get him, get him, get him. Cannot recommend him enough. And I guess that's all there is to say. This is Ricky with yet another Transformers review saying thank you and God bless.